Hi everyone, a very good day to all of you joining us live. Welcome to Kissflow's Global Demo Day. I am Megha, your host for today, and with me I have Mr. Dhanashekhar Reddy, who's a senior solutions consultant at Kissflow, a team that is dedicated to developing innovative business solutions for companies across industries. Dana has about 7+ years of experience in driving digital transformation initiatives across multiple domains, such as CRM, a customer service management, ITSM, business process management, and low-code. In today's session, Mr. Dhanashekhar Reddy is going to walk you all through the process of how you can simplify a third-party risk management with our custom low-code solution. So before we get started with the session, I would just like to make a point across is that we will be taking the questions Q&A around the end of the session. But during the demo, if you are having any questions, you can keep dropping them in the Q&A box and we'll answer all of them towards the end of the session. So without any further delay, over to Mr. Dana for his demo.
Hey, hi guys, Dana here. Thank you for taking your time in exploring Kissflow, first of all. Today, I'm here to talk about how we can simplify the third-party risk management built on our custom low-code platform. With that, let me share my screen. So the agenda of today's discussion will be, we can understand what is Kissflow and why enterprises are using Kissflow, and what are the current challenges in third-party risk management. And we are going to demonstrate the Kissflow solution built for managing this complete third-party risk, and the Q&A followed by that. So what is Kissflow, right? We were named with that philosophy of keeping it simple and smart. We are one single platform having almost 10,000 customers from almost like 160 countries with 1 million users using the application each and every day. So Kissflow will be that low-code, no-code work platform with all these modules that are there on your screen. At the core of it, we have process or workflow automation layer where you can manage the tons of workflows that will be there in any enterprise entity. So it can be a simple employee onboarding process, or it can be a purchase request process as an example. You can manage all these workflows with the business rules, capabilities, user roles and SLAs, and the notifications elements inside the process automation layer. We have case management layer inside the platform itself, where you can do all the capabilities around ticket management or a service request management or a project management or a case management functionalities. We have collaboration layer baked into it, where employees will be able to collaborate with each other to better their work. We have reports and analytics engine where it'll help you to give that beautiful insights from the data inside the platform or outside the data of the platform. We have integration hub inside the platform itself, where we have tons of connectors with all the CRMs or SCMs or ERPs of the world. So when you have this many out-of-the-box connectors, your work will just flow without toggling between one software to other software. We have Gen AI capabilities inside the platform, through which you'll be able to generate workflows in just a couple of minutes, without which it's going to definitely take hours. That's how the Gen AI will definitely simplify the workflow design capabilities. We have App Store, where the major applications around HR or finance or around manufacturing, all those major applications are already implemented and already uploaded into the App Store. You can just install and ready to use those applications with just click of a button. Okay, we have capabilities around portals, where you can expose the platform to your partners or customers to sync the data between portals and the platform. With all this combination of process management, case management, collaboration, reports and analytics, with all this combination of it, you can do the complete low-code, no-code app development. With the dashboards, custom navigations, and custom landing pages, you can design the low-code, no-code applications as per the unique requirements in your organization. As per the recent Forrester study, we were recognized in the strong performers category that you can see in the Forrester Q1 24 study. We're there in the G2 Grid Leader quadrant in the digital process automation as well. These are some of the global brands that are using Kissflow. It'll be either Philips, Pepsi, Motorola, Reckitt Benckiser, RBL Bank, or a BPI. These are some of the global brands. Of course, there are many more. And what are the reasons why enterprises are loving to use Kissflow, right? Okay, Kissflow, with Kissflow, the enterprises can manage end-to-end workflows. They can do end-to-end process automation with the Kissflow platform. Right? Okay, and the developers, it's easy to ramp up. The platform is easy to ramp up either for the developers or the users. Okay, and the time to market is much higher. It will be anywhere 10x faster to either develop apps or workflows compared to any other platform. The platform is scalable enough to meet the current market trends as well, and it is cost effective compared to any other solution that is available in the market. With that, let's understand the current challenges in third-party risk management. So if you see the enterprise landscape today, enterprises rely heavily on third parties. Okay, so as per the recent study, 1 out of 6 of these assets are being shared with these third parties. So there is a valuable information at stake. So that's what the challenge for the third parties. So the traditional methods to manage this complete risk is often complex, time-consuming, and then not being agile enough. That's where Kissflow solution will come into picture. It will help you to simplify this complete third-party risk management and in a much more efficient way. With that, let's understand the workflow around third-party risk management. In this complete workflow, there will be 3 profiles that will be involved, or 3 personas. There will be vendor manager, there will be a consultant, and there will be third party. Okay. So the vendor manager will go through all the third party stakeholders or the vendors. They will initiate the third party risk analysis on a particular vendor. Okay, which will notify the consultant on the app and email. Then the consultant will get the request. They'll update the market intelligence reports and update the comments around it, and they're going to generate the self-assessment questionnaire for the third party and send it to the respective vendor, which the third party or the vendor will receive it. They're going to reply to the questionnaire and upload the supporting documents. Once they submit the request back, it's going to assign to the consultant back for the review, where they're going to review all the documents and the responses done by third party. And if the third party had filled all the questionnaire as per the required in a required manner, then the consultant will accept the response and will send it back to the vendor manager. Else, the questionnaire will be sent back to the third party to, to reply again and to upload the supporting documents again. So once they got submitted again, it will go on go to the consultant, and then accordingly it will get accepted once it got filled as per the in a required manner. So this is what the workflow around third-party risk management. This is what we are gonna see in a Kissflow platform as a demonstration. Without wasting much of your time, let's get into the Kissflow platform. As you can see, I have 3 personas in this workflow. I have vendor manager, I have consultant, I have third-party stakeholder. I will be toggling between these 3 personas during this demonstration. When I log in as a vendor manager, here is where, as soon as I log in every day, I can see all the KPIs around third-party risk management, or all the KPIs around this particular, all the vendors available in the system. For example, what is the average score of a vendor? What are the percentage of vendors who are above this average score? What are the total number of stakeholders? How many of those are critical stakeholders? How many of those are critical with high risk? How many are the new third parties included last month, for example? What is the average score of a critical third party stakeholder? These are some of the sample KPIs that we have put for the demo purpose, but this can be customized as per your requirements as well. And all these KPIs, as you can see, can be filtered by different parameters. For example, all the KPIs can be filtered by the location or the priority or the category, supplier, partner, vendor, customer, or as per the month. For example, if the vendor would like to see these KPIs for all the vendors from, let's say, Mumbai location, or let's say from Bangalore location, accordingly, all the KPIs will get changed. Let's say, for example, they would like to see the KPIs for Delhi location. That's how the KPIs will get changed. And here there are some widgets that got placed for the vendor manager. So he can see all the KPIs of all the vendors for the recently added third parties, or the performance of critical vendors, or the performance of the vendors who are having a steep drop in the score. And then the vendor manager can have a detailed dashboard around active TPs, or the average SLA for a risk assessment request, or the consultant productivity, or the compliance adherence, or the KPIs around vendor category. You can have a detailed step metrics of this particular workflow. For example, at a market intelligence step, what is the minimum time, maximum time, and the average time that the users are taking? Or at a self-assessment generation step, what are the timelines that this complete workflow is being taken by the users? Or at a third-party stakeholder level, or how much time the vendor is taking to respond on the questionnaire, or how much time the consultant is taking to review the responses that are being submitted by the stakeholder. And these can be filtered by the last 30 days or last 3 months, last 6 months, and they can search for a specific user to see the timelines also. So also these complete dashboards reports can be customized as per the unique requirements. Let's say this vendor manager would like to see the critical stakeholders. That's when there will be a detailed list of all the critical stakeholders will get open. Here, he can import those stakeholders from a CSV file, or he can export all this complete list of stakeholders to a sheet or a CSV file and can work on it. He can sort it out, or he can search for a specific third-party stakeholder to see the details of it. Let's say, for example, he would like to see the vendor manager would like to see the 3N Organic Products Private Limited, who is one particular supplier inside this organization. When you open this particular vendor, here you can see all the highlights of this particular vendor. What is the risk rating? What is the category of this particular vendor? Who is the vendor manager? What is the current score of this vendor, whether they are active or not? And then what is the risk score month on month? How is it trending month on month? And the risk score by domain, the cyber security domain, what is their score? And then IT infra domain, what is their score? And you can see a detailed reports around market intelligence, the BitSight or OneTrust, or any of the market intelligence platforms. Let's say this particular vendor manager would like to initiate a risk assessment request for this particular vendor. With just a click of a button, he can generate a new risk assessment request. So as you can see in the workflow, he just initiated a new risk assessment request, which you can see in the risk workflow. So this is what the risk workflow. These are all the requests that are raised by the vendor manager, how many are in progress, how many are participated, how many are completed. So as you can see, he had just raised a new risk assessment request for 3N Organic Products Private Limited. So as you have seen in the workflow, as soon as he clicked the button, it got assigned to the consultant. So the consultant might have got notified on the email and the application as well. So let's toggle to the consultant profile. So as you can see, the consultant landing pages also can be customized. If you want to expose all these KPIs to the consultant as well, we can just expose that. And the consultant open those pending requests. And if he goes to the my tasks, there you can see there's a new risk assessment request that is pending in his bin with the vendor name 3N Organics Product Private Limited. This is a request that got submitted by the vendor manager just now. So when he opened this particular new assessment request submitted by the vendor manager, so initial step, he had to do some market intelligence. He had to submit those market intelligence reports. So after doing the market intelligence from across the platforms, he can go and attach, let's say, for example, a BitSight, a cybersecurity report of this particular vendor. He can update the report name, BitSight report, and he can update the score as 75 and then submit. So as soon as he submit this, market intelligence stuff is over. Now it is at a self-assessment generation step. So as you can see, a new request that is pending at self-assessment generation step. So here is where you can see all the detailed questionnaire that will go to this particular vendor. So this complete questionnaire is getting built from the master list of all the questionnaire. So here is where you can see the domain-wise, for example, cybersecurity-wise, all the questionnaires and the options, and then the points that will get scored to this particular vendor. And then, for example, cybersecurity, then the access control and authentication. You can see the detailed options and the scorings that will be available for the vendor. Okay. So we have a new request that is pending at a self-assessment generation. So he can open this particular request. Now, the task that is pending for the consultant is he can modify this particular question. Okay, so for example, let's say he would like to add a new question to the cybersecurity domain. He can go here, he can select cybersecurity, and he can, let's say, add a new question. Or let's say, for example, he would like to change a particular question to a different one. For example, he can select a particular, let's say, question one, and he can change it to any particular questionnaire that is available from the master questionnaire view. So once he had done all the modifications in the questionnaire as per the vendor assessment request that he had initially got, then he can submit this to a particular vendor. So as per the workflow, now this should get assigned to the respective third-party stakeholder, where we should get the response on all this question. So now I'm switching back to the third-party stakeholder, where once he can see there is a new task that is pending at his bin. If you see, he also got notified stating that new assessment request, new risk assessment response to be submitted. He just got a notification on the app and the email as well. Okay, now he can just open this particular request, and then he can see the detailed questionnaire. He can just answer and then attach the respective document for this question. So let the third party stakeholder respond to all the questionnaire. So wherever the documents are necessary, he can attach that, and wherever it is not required, it is not required to attach. Let's say he had answered all the questions, and then he can submit. So as you have seen in the workflow, once he submit that, it will be immediately out of this portal, third-party stakeholder portal, and then it will be assigned back to the consultant for the review. So now you can see there is a new request, there is a new task that is pending at consultant for the consultant review. This is the same response that is being submitted by the vendor, where he can see detail the documents that are being submitted by the vendor, or the answers that are being submitted by the vendor. He can see the scorings also that got assigned to this particular vendor. So all the scorings got derived from the master view of the questionnaire. He can see the total score of the this particular vendor also. Let's say if you would like to collaborate with this particular vendor, hi Dana, please upload the correct document. He can have a collaboration also with respect to with this particular vendor or the vendor manager, so that to get the correct documents. Or he can send back this particular this particular task again back to the third party for a more accurate document. For example, let's say the consultant can send back to the stakeholder by mentioning a comment, please upload the correct document in cyber security domain. So as you can see, consultant had just sent back the request to the third party stakeholder again. Now we can see if I open the third party stakeholder again, initially it is blank. Now if you can see in his task, so the request had come back again from the consultant with a comment stating that please upload the correct document in the cybersecurity domain. So in this widget, the stakeholder can see what are the different steps this request had gone through, at what step it is pending now. So now the consultant can attach the correct document around this particular domain as per the comments done by the consultant, and maybe he can just comment that hi ready attached correct correct one, please find the attached. So he can select here as well and attach, and then he can submit this particular request back to the consultant for the review. So let's toggle to the consultant profile once again, and you can see it got assigned back to the consultant once again after it got submitted by the third party stakeholder again. So now the consultant can feel that everything is correct, so that he can submit to the vendor manager stating that this particular risk assessment has been completed. So as you can see, as soon as he submit, it will be out of his particular review. And then if I switch back to the vendor manager profile, as you can see, it'll get moved to the completed list, which is a new one. Here is where vendor manager can see the detailed report around this particular risk assessment request, where he can see the market intelligence report details. He can see the questionnaire that got framed uh, by the consultant. He can see the answers that got submitted by the third party stakeholder. He can see the detailed attachment that got that is from the response of the third party stakeholder. You can see the score of each particular question and then the total score as well. And if we open this particular vendor, he can see the updated score as well and the detailed dashboards also. So this is how the end-to-end workflow of a third-party risk management can be managed easily in a simplified manner with the Kissflow low-code, no-code solution. With that, I'll just take a few minutes to just show the backend of the platform, how it is being developed in a much more simpler way. So if I edit the app, we have different sections available where you can quickly create a new data form or a new process, new broad, or a new integration or a new page. For example, here is where you can see all the detailed forms that is there in this particular application, or all the boards, or all the process in this particular application, or all the variables and then the resources that will be used when the developers are developing much more complex applications. This is where you can develop the complete front end or the UI of the application with all the pages or the custom components around it. Here is where you can have all those integrations either to the ERPs or CRMs or SCMs, which is where you can see all the out-of-box connectors with all the different applications as well. Okay, so this is how you can manage this complete application, both front end and back end, from one single platform. This is what I would like to cover as a part of demo today. I hope it is in line with the expectation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking your time once again.
That was an amazing session, Mr. Dana. A very useful and informative demo. I'm sure a lot of them already have questions and they're ready to ask. So before we get started with the Q&A session, I would like to make an announcement. We have a free trial link of up to 14 days for any of you who wants to try out the platform in action after seeing the demo. I'll be posting it in the chat box, and you can click on it, go register on it, and try out the free trial for up to 14 days of the platform. And meanwhile, while the others are also going into the free trial and registering for it, people who have questions can start, asking them in the Q&A box, and we'll start answering all of them. So yeah, over to Mr. Dana. I think there is a question. Mr. Dana, you can take it. Also, I have posted the free trial link in the chat for all of you who want to try out the free trial.
Hey, hi, Arvinda. Yeah, I just saw the question. How does your pricing model work? Do you go with the number of users? Yes, our pricing model works on the number of users, but when you see the unique proposition of Kissflow when compared to any other platforms that is available in the market, right? Okay, the pricing model works on the type of the user who will be using the platform, how many sessions they will be using on the platform, whether they are regular users If they're regular users, they'll be priced at a different level. If they're occasional users, they'll be at a different price. If they're very light users, let's say it is just, for example, if one of the user is just a high senior level manager who will just approve the request once in a week or once in a couple of weeks, the consumption is very less. So we call those users light users. So they will be priced at a different level. So that's how our pricing model works. It depends upon the consumption, the uses of the respective users, where the users will be segregated into the regular or occasional or a light user, and accordingly they'll be priced, complete contract of the organization. I hope that answers the question.
And for any of you who want to, get a one-on-one demo done or like clarify anything specific to your organization, we can also set up a one-on-one. You can email to the email ID that I have put down in the chat box. And for any questions, any doubts, even if you want to connect with Mr. Dana and ask any questions, you can mail to me and I will connect you with the right person. So thank you all for joining in, taking your time and seeing the demo. I hope this was useful to all of you. And if there are any more questions, definitely you can reach out to the mail ID that I've mentioned in the chat, and we will connect you with the right person. And yeah, hope you have a great day ahead. Thank you.